Some new evidence was found in the case of Mac Miller's passing away, and some new information about how he actually passed away has finally come out in new court cases. If you are a Mac Miller fan, make sure you watch this video all the way until the end because this is a very important video. Also, if you are a Mac Miller fan, make sure you leave a like on this video right now, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you would like to join our iPhone X giveaway. Now, the passing of Mac Miller took a huge hit on the entire world, and especially the music industry. With Mac Miller being one of the biggest and most inspirational music artists, his passing away hurt millions across the world. Now, for the last year, his family and his friends have been just trying to figure out if his passing was due to an actual OD, or if maybe the narcotics that he took were laced with some other types of narcotics that could have been fatal with even the slightest amount when you take it. And well, we have finally got our answer that we've all been waiting for. I'm most likely going to say this guy's name wrong, but Bill Melguin, who works for Fox LA, announces on Twitter the arrest of a Hollywood Hills man in connection to Mac Miller's passing. He is a 23-year-old named Cameron Pettit. He was accused of selling Mac Miller some counterfeit narcotics, which contained a fatal amount of another narcotic that was laced with it. Sadly, I can't go into detail about each specific name just because then YouTube will actually take down my video. Since it's now a kid's website, I have to be family friendly. So hopefully you guys just understand what I'm talking about. Now, Cameron sold all of this stuff to Mac Miller just 2 days before he actually passed away from a quote-unquote OD. It's actually pretty crazy to think that someone actually was in the right frame of mind was able to sell something so fatal to somebody, knowing that it would actually take somebody's life, and be okay with it. Cameron will be having his first court hearing for this case within the next few days, and honestly, I'm hoping myself that he gets put away for the rest of his life. He is currently charged though with 1 count of selling a narcotic, and the court will decide later on if he should be sentenced with the charge of taking a man's life, which in the end will result in this Cameron guy most likely facing the rest of his life in lockup, which I honestly really think and hope this does happen. Now, the fact that, as I said, this guy knew what he was selling, he knew the narcotic that he got, he knew that it would, it could literally take somebody's life with just the slightest bit of taking it, and the fact that this Cameron guy was okay with just selling it to somebody just makes me sick to my stomach, honestly. Now, whether it was Mac Miller or not, the fact that he knew that this could take somebody's life, it just bothers me so much because, life is sacred, and the fact that he knew this tiny little pill, once you take it, would just end your whole life within minutes of consuming it is just honestly crazy to me to even think about that this Cameron guy was just okay with just selling this. And I do want to mention again, like, whether it was Mac Miller or not, just being that type of person to be able to do that is something that is just absolutely horrible. Now, this all actually went down yesterday at the time I'm recording this, all on Twitter. It was trending worldwide on Twitter. This Cameron guy was literally being called out by millions of people online saying, I hope that you get locked up for the rest of your life, and that it should have been him, not Mac. There were so many things going on Twitter yesterday, but I still think one of the main reasons that actually a lot of people are still forgetting is the fact that Mac Miller did actually have a problem with narcotics. Like, he did actually have a slight addiction to them. I know he, doing research about him, he has gone to rehab a few times for things like this. And, that itself is a very serious topic to even talk about and all of that. Obviously, he didn't want to, be given some narcotic that was laced with something fatal, and that's not, his exact plan, obviously, but still, he did have an actual problem with it, and I think that his passing actually opened up a lot of people's eyes in, the music industry. And I know when Lil Peep passed away too, that was also another, huge eye-opener for a lot of these music artists, that they got to take their life a lot more serious. You don't know who's out there trying to get you. You don't know who's out there trying to end your life. Just simple things like that is, these guys really got to keep their eyes open because, you can run into one person who might have a grudge against you, and then they'll tell you, they sell all of this stuff. You buy from them, and you never know what you're even taking, to be honest, because nobody's examining these things, and you know, everything looks the exact same when it's in pill form. So a lot of these rappers, they don't know what they're taking. You know, it is still a very sad situation, and I know this whole situation actually has opened the eyes of a lot of rappers. A lot of rappers actually have quit, and you know, one in particular is Lil Pump. Lil Pump actually did quit for a pretty good amount of time. He was addicted to a lot of stuff, I will have to admit, and he's actually doing a lot better now. If you looked at his, you know, social medias and stuff like that, he's actually doing a lot of stuff better. But I am going to be ending the video here. If you guys did enjoy, please leave a like on it and subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. If you guys want me to stay on top of all the news going on with Mac Miller's case, make sure you just let me know down below in the comments. Honestly, I'm hoping this camera guy gets locked up for a very long time. The fact that he was able to just willingly sell this to anybody, you know, especially Mac Miller, that's just outrageous to me. But anyways, guys, it has been District Trending, and I'm out. Peace.